How would you respond to supporters who are expecting quick results and want to see more bang for their buck? My wife and I got into missions back in really 2005 is when we first came out into the field, and I think the reason that I'm starting there is because I think a large part of that idea of getting more bang for the buck, it's sourced in poor communication, and I think it's on us. I think as missionaries, there's so many things that compete for truly for people's money, for even for churches' money, and it's easy to say, well, it's missions, so shouldn't everybody just give? But in reality, I know a lot of churches that there's always people, at their door looking for things that are good things, that are good, godly things that can be presented in such a way. And so there are a lot of things in this world that are presented in a way that it's going to be really very quick. So I think for us, my wife and I, we worked in a tribe out here in Papua for 7 years, and before we ever got here, as we connected with our supporters as our churches, I think it was a very big part of our communication at that point was actually explaining to them the big picture, was just walking them through, this is what it's going to look like, and we're going to spend 1.5 years learning national language, and then we're going to be moving to another region and working on language there, and then survey, and then just through the whole entire process, which is such a long process. And I had a friend tell me the other day that they have a quote that they heard somewhere, and they said, anything worth doing, normally isn't worth doing quickly, and I think there's a lot of truth to that, and we've seen it. We've just seen the amount of deception and the depth of blindness that the God of this age really has blinded the minds of unbelievers and truly blinded them. And yes, God can in an instant, if He so chooses, reveal, take away those blinders and allow them to see instantaneously truth. But that doesn't often happen, and in the day-to-day part of life is oftentimes the Holy Spirit just layer by layer, dissecting and pulling apart someone's worldview. And so I think communicating that to supporters from day one is big, but we still fight it. We really do. We've gone back and forth or we've gone back to the States on furlough, and in the midst of our, spending 4 years just learning the language of the people, we've met with some of our close friends who are excited for what we're doing, and then 2 minutes later they're excited about maybe another ministry somewhere where apparently there's been great things done in such a short time, and you kind of feel this, it's kind of this unspoken, man, are you doing something wrong? Why is it taking so long? But I really think if you can share the stories that you see day in and day out with these people, you see why it is that it takes so long to do it. I think it just comes back to communicating with people and just sharing with them really that it's a task worth doing right, and it's not going to happen quickly.